Condor's team here over the last 3 years. It's built on defensive foundation, and boy, you guys didn't allow much here tonight, and a 2-1 win. Take me through those 60 minutes.
Yeah, I thought it was a good win for our team. It's nice to be comfortable in those types of games. It's a credit to the other team. I thought Colorado played a hard game. They didn't give us a whole heck of a lot. We didn't give them a whole heck of a lot. And the ability to stay patient and stick with what you want to do in those type of situations, I think is it's a hallmark of a good team. And for us to find a way in a tight checking game, to find a way to get the 2 points in that game, it was excellent. We didn't give up, much. Not a lot of shots on net. Not a lot of inside chances against. They kind of scored a goal off of a broken entry. Puck went to the net and went off someone's leg and in the net. I really liked our response. We obviously scored a forecheck goal right after that. And we found a way with some of our skill players to find that second goal. And full credit to our players because they played extremely hard and were comfortable in a tight game.
Mike Griffith?
Yeah, I think before the game in your interview, you talked about having some penalty problems in the previous games and having to stay away from that. You did that tonight. But once again, you said a tight checking game. I would say, was this one of the most tight checking games of the season for you guys? It's yes. Just not a lot of chances either way.
Yeah, I think Colorado's a really well-coached team. I think they have some really good pieces. They're fast. They work hard to clog things up in the neutral zone and not give up odd man rushes against, that type of thing. So the ability to stick with it, to not get out of what your team character is, I think is important in those type of games. And for us, we are the most disciplined team in the Pacific Division, the American Hockey League. So part of that is not taking penalties. Part of it is being comfortable with, if nothing happens on a shift, not getting frustrated by it. Sticking with the system, trusting your teammates, trusting your line mates to get the job done. And like I said, I thought we did stick with it. And when the time was right, we struck. And at the end of the night, we scored one more goal than the other team. So it's a good night.
14-1-1, Coach, in the last 16 on home ice. You've wanted to make this a tough place to play. How has that kind of come to fruition here, especially this season with the way this team's played here in Condorstown?
Yeah, I mean, we want the bank to be a difficult night for our opponents. And at the end of the day, why we play the game, why we're here is not only to develop hockey players, but also to make this community proud of us. And there's no better way to make this community proud than by giving our top effort on home ice. And I've been really pleased with how we've competed all year on home ice. In fact, I would say I'm very pleased with how we've competed the entire year under unique circumstances. But to have a few fans in this building and to hear the excitement when we score a goal or make a big hit or come up with a big defensive play, I think it propels our team forward. And like I said, that's what drives us. We want to make the community of Bakersfield proud of this hockey team, and I think we've done a good job with that, not only tonight, but most of the year.
Mike Hart, last one.
Thanks. You were talking about the skilled players to Coach just a moment ago, and I was just kind of curious, and I've been thinking about this since Ryan McLeod was called up. You have a line like McLeod, Benson, and Marody just, in the top five in points this year. You take one of those components away. What does it mean to you to see Cooper now with his league-leading 21st goal, despite the fact McLeod's gone, and the ability for other players to step in to keep that continuity?
Well, I'm extremely proud of both Brody and Benson. Both those guys command attention from other teams. They've both been nicked up in the last couple of weeks, yet they persevere. They understand that sometimes you got to play a little bit banged up in order to help the team win. And both those guys are doing that. Now, the other thing I would add is that when McLeod was called up, we placed Brad Malone in between those two guys, and I think that line, although it has a different dynamic with McLeod on it, is still excellent. I feel they can play against any other team, any other line in the league. They do a good job of hemming the top players of other teams in their own end. You just look at their plus minus; it speaks for itself. It's because they have the puck a lot. They make a lot of plays. They don't spend a lot of time defending. But very proud of both Cooper and Tyler for working through some of the little nicks that they're working through, and very excited for Brad Malone to center those guys. And if you look at his output over the last 2.5 weeks or so, it's been very impressive. He's a big reason why our team keeps piling up the wins.
All right, Jay.
You mentioned a couple of guys.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. I was just run real quick. You mentioned that a couple of guys banged up. Joe Gambardella among them. Any idea when we might see some of those guys back in the lineup?
Yeah, for me, that's one of the things that I've been most impressed with our players this year. We've sustained some major injuries. If you go all the way back to Alan Klein, who's a top player in the American Hockey League, we've been without him since about the 6th or 7th game of the season. We lost Graham McPhee, a really hardworking young guy for us. Nima Linen's been out of the lineup at different occasions. He's one of our top D-men. Lundstrom's been out. We just returned Gravel to the lineup. But one of the most impressive things for us this year has been that we have depth people that have come in and really taken advantage of their opportunities. It's that next man up philosophy. So in terms of an update for you, I can't tell you how quickly guys like Gambardella or Dean Linen are going to come back. But the biggest thing is that I want to talk about the guys that have performed well, especially with increased opportunity. And one guy I don't think that has been mentioned yet, I haven't got any questions on him, but I was super impressed with him tonight, was Ostap Safin. Talk about a guy that's coming back from an injury, number one, hasn't had everyday consistency that he might want to have. He came in and played a whale of a game for us tonight. I thought he was big, he was strong. He looked very motivated and engaged in the hockey game. And when we get contributions from people like Ostap returning from injury, I think it makes us that much stronger of a team. We're going to need those guys going forward.
Thank you, Jay. All set.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.